This is the boat that we circumnavigated all around Svalbard with. And of course we use these excellent waterproof bags to keep our stuffs dry. So we already tested them once. That time was quite a hard expedition with icebergs and polar bears and glaciers and stuff like that. But this time instead we're gonna row across the Atlantic, and again these bags are gonna serve us very well.
Yeah, so on this rowing across the Atlantic, we'll of course have to bring a lot of equipment like cameras and video cameras and a PC and chargers and all kinds of electric stuff. And the whole environment out on the Atlantic is very hostile. I mean, it's salt water, everything is bouncing around, moving, it's very limited space, and there is a huge risk that things will start failing. And during a 3-month expedition, you don't want the camera to break down after 2 weeks. So for that, we need to store them in a way that will keep them out of the salt water and padded and safe. So these bags are what we're going to rely on to keep our technical equipment working through the whole trip with the padding and the waterproof packaging.
And also during the Atlantic they're going to serve multi-purposes, because what we really like about them is the buoyancy. So we can use the buoyancy as another safety measure. It can actually even be the difference between life and death, because all our gear we're gonna use these bags, and we're gonna fill them up with stuff of course, but we're also gonna fill them up with air. So if anything happens to the boat, to the hull, or the boat is starting to fill with water, we actually have a second layer of defense, which are these bags. They're gonna work as floating airbags. All of these bags is gonna be buoyancy in the boat. So that feels kind of awesome to have that as a backup. This summer a boat got penetrated by a swordfish, and water started to leak into the boat. So that's a perfect example of what could happen. You can also run into a container without knowing it. It's actually floating containers out on the ocean that's been dropped from the cargo vessels. So that's also a possibility. So it feels really nice to have these bags with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And thank you, Subtech.